right, so for today, Thursday, April 30th, we are going to continue our Gardener's Notebook unit, learning about the plant life cycle, and we are going to read A Seed is Sleepy, and then complete task number 9. So, for task number 9, day 9, we are adding vocabulary words sleepy, secretive, fruitful, naked, adventurous, reveal, snug, and cones. So those are going to be added to our unit study this week. For the last couple of weeks, that's going to be our vocabulary today. And so we are going to read A Seed is Sleepy by Diana Hutz Aston and Sylvia Long. And we are going to then complete task number 9. So here at the beginning of the book, they show all kinds of different seeds, and they list the names. I wish that you all could see this in person, but like a strawberry seed, a pumpkin seed, a sea heart, dandelion, rice, black palm, a bean, corn, ear pod. So there are lots of different seeds, and they're naming them and showing them to you. So that's pretty neat. A seed is sleepy. So this is a sunflower, so it's already kind of died and dried off. And the seeds are still all sitting there in the middle of that sunflower. A seed is sleepy. It lies there, tucked inside its flower, on its cone or beneath the soil, snug, still. A seed is secretive. It does not reveal itself too quickly. Most seeds sleep through a season or two, waiting for the warmer temperatures of spring, but some take their time. 10 years might pass before the bright red-orange seed of the Texas mountain laurel shows its purple blooms. A seed is fruitful. 90% of the plants on earth are flowering plants. Flowering plants produce fruits. Fruits of all shapes and textures that keep the seeds cozy until they have found the right place to grow. So they've got blueberry on there, Italian almond, papaya, strawberry. A seed is naked. Yes, naked. Who would guess that a seed as small as a freckle would grow into the world's tallest tree? Only 10% of redwood trees begin as seeds, though. Most redwood trees spring from existing trees. Scientists call gymnosperms, seeds that aren't clothed in fruit, naked seeds. Most naked seeds hide themselves on the scales of cones until they are ready to make a dash for the ground. Seeds come in many sizes. The orchid seed is the smallest of all. There might be 1 million seeds in one pod. The seed of the Coco de Mer palm is the largest. It can weigh up to 60 pounds. A seed is adventurous. It must strike out on its own in search of a less crowded place to put down roots. The parachute of fine silky hairs can take a dandelion seed 100 miles from its parent plant. Drift seeds float on ocean currents from one shore to another. They have enough air inside to help them float, and their thick protective shells keep out seawater. A seed is inventive. To find a spot to grow, a seed might leap from its pod, or cling to a child's shoestring, or tumble through a bear's belly. A seed hopes to land where there is plenty of sunlight, soil, and water. A seed is generous. It gives the baby plant or embryo a seed coat to keep it warm. So here it's showing you a bean on day 1 before it's planted. And then that's after 2 days, 4 days, a week, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Or rice after 3 days, a week, a month, 2 months, 4 months. Pumpkin after 4 days, 1 week, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. A slash pine after a week, 6 weeks, 2 months, 8 years, 15 years. And a teak after 4 days, 1 week, 10 weeks, and a year. The embryo, its first meal comes from its seed leaves, or cotyledons. Seeds with 1 seed leaf, like corn, are called monocots. Seeds with 2 seed leaves, like beans, are called dicots. So if this is a bean and it has those 2 leaves, this is the seed coat. This is going to be the root. That's going to be the shoot that comes out. And then down here is the teak after 100 years. So they slid it all the way across there. Some seeds are ancient. Not all seeds are eager to germinate. Some have lain dormant or slept undisturbed for more than 1,000 years. The oldest known seed to sprout came from an extinct date palm tree after it was unearthed from a long ago king's mountaintop palace in Israel. A scientist planted it, and 4 weeks later it sprouted. A seed is thirsty and hungry. Once a seed has shed its coat, it drinks in the rain, the dew, and yesterday's icicles. It feasts on minerals in the soil. So a bean, part of the seed, the root feels the tug of gravity and digs down. deep. So it digs down, starts to grow more roots, and then the other part pops up and starts to grow. And then another example with corn. Another part of the seed, the shoot, is sensitive to light, so it reaches for the sun. That was this. So the root pulls down with gravity and digs deep down, while the shoot is sensitive to light, so it's trying to grow up towards the light. A seed is clever. It knows to seek the sunlight, to push itself up, up, up through the soil, but it must wait a while before that happens. Plants make their own food through a process called photosynthesis. Inside plant leaves are cells containing chemicals that absorb sunlight. Light gives them energy they need to turn water and carbon dioxide, a gas in the air, into food. A seed is sleepy, but only until it has found a place in the sun and it has had its breakfast and a drink of water. Then a seed is awake. And there's all kinds of plants. A lot of those are the same plants that were the seeds over here. On the first page, they're showing you the plant. Alright, so after reading that, we're going to complete task number 9, which says, today we are going to have a question and answer partner discussion that features the 5 adjectives used in today's reading. You will be responsible for crafting a question for each adjective that was used to describe the seeds. Your partner will answer these questions. Be sure to begin your questions with why or how. This will allow your partner to give you more evidence from the text. Take notes and be prepared to share your partner's responses. So your partner needs to be someone in your family. So you are going to create a question. So the adjectives are sleepy, secretive, fruitful, naked, and adventurous. So those 5 adjectives, you have to come up with a question for each one. So you are creating 5 questions that you're going to ask someone in your family, and then you're going to document their answer, or you can answer the question. So I wrote down my question and then my answer in a different color. So my first question was using the adjective sleepy. Why are seeds sleepy? And then I answered it. Seeds are tucked away in flowers, cones, or the soil. The second question used the word secretive. How can seeds be secretive? Seeds take time to germinate and sprout above the soil. Some can stay in the soil for many seasons. What makes a seed fruitful? So there's that third adjective, fruitful. Flowering plants produce fruits of all shapes and textures. The fifth one is naked. Why did the author say that seeds are naked? Some seeds do not start in fruit or pods, so they are naked. Naked seeds can hide in cones until they fall to the ground. And the last adjective was adventurous. How can a seed be adventurous? Some seeds float in the air until they are in a new spot where they can germinate. So you come up with your own 5 questions using those 5 adjectives, and then either you answer your own questions or work with someone in your family on creating the questions and answering them. If you all need any other help with today's task, please let me know.